Hi everybody, your real estate expert Lance Moore, and I'm going over how to buy a house. Today I'm going to talk about the number one mistake that virtually all home buyers make. So what is the number one mistake? Well, it's getting on all these websites, all these sites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Redfin, etc. The problem with most of these sites is they're data mining companies. They're there to get your information and sell it. They're not nonprofit organizations. That's why when you go on these websites, you're going to notice a lot of the information on there is inaccurate. You're going to be calling real estate agents wanting to look at a home, and the home already has a contract on it. Or maybe it sold a couple months ago. Or, who knows what. Maybe it was never even for sale, but they're manipulating everything to make it look like it's for sale. So you really gotta stop getting off those websites, and I understand why people are on them. I really do. There's these sites, a lot of them are very nice. They're very user-friendly. They have great mapping. They have great information on schools, locations. There's a whole bunch of really valuable information on there. But the problem is the data is just so inaccurate. And if you've been on these sites at all for very long, probably over a couple weeks, you're going to probably start to get very, very frustrated. And if you're not already, you're going to be, because you're going to start feeling like a gerbil on a treadmill, where you're just going around and around and around and around, looking at home after home. Now, here's one thing that most people don't realize, and I'm going to use our MLS for an example. Our MLS out here covers the whole Central Florida. So what happens is they sell the data. They sell the exact same data to every single company in what's called a feed. It's actually a REITs feed. So they sell the data, and everybody gets the same exact data at the same exact time. So everybody's saying, oh, we get information every 15 minutes and we get this. Well, all these MLSs, they don't have all these individual agreements with all these thousands of little companies out there that buy the data. They just push everything out at one time, the same thing to all of them. It's just what that company wants to do. Now, if you get on some of these websites, what they do is they manipulate the data. They let maybe people input their own listings or agents input their own listings, and what happens when they never remove it? So it's actually floating out there for years, and maybe it sold years ago or the home was taken off the market. So you gotta get off those websites, or you're just going to be going around and around and around. And a lot of people don't know that. What you really need to do is you need to get together with a real estate agent and have that agent put you on a game plan. And I always say to buyers that come into my office, and when I'm talking to them, I say, let me ask you a question. If you're in Tampa, Florida, and you want to drive to Los Angeles, how are you going to get there? Are you just going to get in your car and just drive around? Well, you'll eventually get there. You might not get there in a week. It might take you a couple weeks. Or are you going to have a game plan? Are you going to have a roadmap or a GPS that takes you right to Los Angeles? Well, of course you are. You want to have a game plan, and you want to get a real estate agent. And this is what's so important about hiring the right real estate agent and someone who's really, really knowledgeable, because you should be able to just go into the real estate agent's office, sit down and tell them what you're looking for, and they should be able to just go boom, 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 and put you on a game plan and tell you what you need to be doing so you have a plan of action. Too many times I see buyers, and I've worked with buyers. I've worked with thousands and thousands of buyers and sellers. And I don't care if someone's never bought a home before. I've worked with people that have bought 5, 10 homes before, and they're continually doing the same thing over and over again. Just because you've bought a number of homes doesn't mean you're doing it in the most efficient way. Now, in my later YouTube videos about this subject, how to buy a house, I'm going to start breaking down some really, really easy things that you could do to get into a home very quickly. On average, most buyers that I work with actually get into a home from start to finish in hours, not weeks, not months, and not years, but literally hours. And even my wife and I, when we moved to Florida, from start to finish, not even knowing the area, we were pretty much in our house in less than 6 hours. So you have to have a roadmap. I hope this helped you. If you have any questions at all, please leave me a comment. If you like my video, subscribe and give me a thumbs up. All right, have a wonderful day, and I wish you the best of luck in buying your house.